The cake was vanilla with strawberry filling. I remember that because I chose it myself at the grocery store on Maple Avenue. The one with the faded blue awning, and the bakery that always smelled like sugar and warm bread. It sat in a white cardboard box on our kitchen counter all afternoon, sweating slightly under the August heat. It was the first birthday I'd ever planned for myself, 18. Legal adult. 2 weeks before leaving for Ohio State. 2 weeks before my name stopped being attached to my brother's behavior. In every teacher conference and neighborhood complaint. I didn't want much. A few friends from school, a grill in the backyard. Maybe a photo where I looked like I in my own life. At 10:17 a.m. My brother decided he was bored. Ethan was 16 and had the emotional regulation of a blown fuse. When he was upset, the house bent around it. My mother called it sensitivity. My father called it just a phase. I called it weather. You couldn't argue with it, you waited for it to pass. He'd assumed he could invite his friends to my party. Mom had told him no. It wasn't his event, that was enough. I'm not sitting around while she gets everything. He snapped, kicking the leg of the kitchen chair, hard enough to leave a dent in the drywall. If I can't have fun, neither can she. My mother did what she always did. She calculated the least explosive option. She looked at me with that tired, apologetic softness that always came too late. Emma, she said quietly, maybe we can reschedule, just until he calms down. My father didn't look up from his phone, I remember nodding. That's the part that still surprises me. I didn't argue, I didn't cry. I just felt something small and solid settle inside my chest. Oh, I said. Okay. My friends were already texting about what time to come. I typed out a short message. Something came up. I'm sorry. Upstairs, I closed my bedroom door. The house vibrated faintly with Ethan stomping. A cupboard slammed. My mother's voice, low, coaxing. The choreography was familiar. I opened my closet and pulled out the suitcase I'd planned to pack next week. I wasn't running away, I was accelerating. Birth certificate. Social security card. The envelope of graduation money from my grandmother. $320 in mixed bills. My laptop. The acceptance letter from Ohio State that I'd kept folded in my desk drawer like a secret. I emailed housing services and asked about early move-in. I told them I had family complications. It felt clinical and accurate. By dinner, the cake was still on the counter. No one had mentioned it. My mother ordered pizza. Ethan laughed at something on television as if nothing had happened. I went downstairs, opened the box, cut a small square from the corner, and put it on a plate. No candles. No singing, just proof that the day had existed. 2 days later, housing replied. A cancellation had opened a room. I could move in Friday, I told my parents Wednesday night. You can't just leave early. My mother said, startled. I can. I answered. Ethan rolled his eyes. Drama queen. My father finally looked at me. Is this because of the party? I almost laughed. No, I said. It's because I'm 18. Friday morning, I loaded my car. My mother hovered, unsure how to recalibrate. She hugged me tightly, like I was still manageable. Callous, she said. I drove 2 hours north with the windows down and the radio low. I expected to feel grief. Instead, I felt quiet. Dorm life was small and fluorescent. My roommate, Claire, had posters of indie bands and a laugh that filled the hallway. I'd bought a second-hand desk lamp from Target and started orientation early. No one there knew Ethan. No one flinched when my phone buzzed. The arrest happened 3 weeks later. I found out because my father left a voicemail at 11:42 p.m. Emma, he said. Voice strained. There's been an incident. Ethan had smashed a neighbor's car window after an argument about parking. The neighbor pressed charges. The police didn't treat it as just a phase. There were words like vandalism and court date and mandatory counseling. For the first time, my mother couldn't smooth it over with apologies and casseroles. She called me the next day. Are you coming home for the hearing? She asked. I sat on my dorm bed, textbooks open around me. No, I said gently. I have class. There was a pause. We're overwhelmed. She admitted. I believed her. I also knew something she didn't yet understand. I had always been the buffer. The quiet one who absorbed disappointment so Ethan wouldn't have to. Without me, the imbalance showed. Legal fees stacked up. My father took extra shifts. Ethan's name circulated in the neighborhood Facebook group. The perfection they'd curated, gifted son, normal family, fractured under public scrutiny. I watched from a distance. Not with satisfaction, just clarity. Months passed. I got a campus job at the library. I made Dean's List. I learned how to introduce myself without adding context. One evening in October, my mother called again. "I didn't realize how much you handled," she said softly. "I thought you were just easy." I looked around my small dorm room, the thrifted rug, the lamp casting warm light against cinderblock walls. "I wasn't easy," I replied. "I was quiet." She didn't argue. On my 19th birthday, I walked to a bakery near campus and bought myself a slice of vanilla cake with strawberry filling. I carried it back carefully, like something breakable. In my apartment kitchen, my kitchen, I placed it on a plate and sat down. No candles. Just the absence of cancellation. My family didn't collapse in flames. There was no dramatic reckoning. But the shape of us changed, calls became less frequent. Boundaries became firmer. I stopped volunteering for emotional cleanup. Their life didn't fall apart because I sabotaged it. It fell apart because I stopped holding it together. And in the quiet that followed, I built something that didn't require me to disappear.